Welcome to Windsor Chronicles. Today we dive deep into a story that's equal parts shocking and revealing. Prince Andrew, once disgraced, stripped of his public duties and buried in scandal, is in exchange for leaving Royal Lodge. Yes, you heard that right. The man at the centre of one of Britain's most damaging royal controversies now seeks not one, but residences, Frogmore Cottage and Adelaide Cottage. As King Charles navigates the turbulence of modern monarchy, duty, image, and consequence, this latest chapter exposes more than family tension. It reveals how privilege and accountability still fight for dominance inside palace walls. To understand the scale of this demand, we must revisit Royal Lodge, a sprawling 30-room mansion near Windsor Castle. It has been Prince Andrew's home for over 2 decades, a symbol of wealth, of heritage, and, more controversially, of entitlement. Andrew's brother, King Charles, has reportedly wanted him out for months. After all, Andrew hasn't paid rent for nearly 20 years, despite living on Crown Estate property. The idea was simple: step aside quietly, move into something smaller, and fade from the public eye. But this is Prince Andrew, a man who doesn't step aside easily. Now reports claim he's willing to leave. He receives 2 homes: Frogmore Cottage, once belonging to Prince Harry and Meghan, and Adelaide Cottage, currently occupied by the Prince and Princess of Wales. Let that sink in. 2 homes, one that symbolises, and another that represents. It's a deal that sounds more like negotiation from a position of power than from repentance. What's truly fascinating is the psychology behind this deal. The palace wants peace. They want the York problem gone. But Andrew, ever the tactician, knows he still holds leverage. He possesses a legal lease at Royal Lodge that can't simply be broken, a cast-iron contract that binds the Crown Estate. And in negotiations, that gives him strength. He's demanding Frogmore Cottage, a home once renovated entirely by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex with their own funds. The same Frogmore they were later from by King Charles. Then there's Adelaide Cottage, where the Prince and Princess of Wales are raising their children. It's said they'll be moving soon, and Fergie wants it for herself. Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, though long divorced, have lived together for years. But this time, they've apparently decided to live separately, albeit just a few minutes apart on the same royal grounds. That alone says volumes. It's remarkable, isn't it? After everything, the scandals, the shame, the stripping of titles, Andrew is still negotiating luxury, still rewarded for disgrace, still treated as family first, problem second. And the question we must ask is this: at what point does royal loyalty become royal blindness? Across Britain, public frustration is simmering. People who once respected the royal institution now see a monarchy struggling to reconcile modern ethics with ancient entitlement. Social media calls it tone deaf. Commentators call it a betrayal of accountability. And inside palace corridors, aides whisper of fatigue, exhaustion with the York family's endless shadow. The idea of gifting Andrew as a compromise is being widely condemned. And yet, this is precisely how royal image management works. It's not about punishment, it's about containment. Keep the scandal out of sight. Keep the family together. Keep the silence intact. But what's even more ironic, painfully so, is the comparison that follows. When Harry and Meghan chose independence over silence, they were vilified. When Andrew chose silence over accountability, he was sheltered. This imbalance, this glaring hypocrisy, is what corrodes the moral foundation of the crown. King Charles faces one of his most delicate balancing acts yet. On one hand, he must appear firm, a monarch of reform, duty, and justice. On the other, he is a father and a brother, shaped by the traditions of protecting the firm. But leadership demands clarity, and clarity demands consequence. By negotiating with Andrew instead of ending this entitlement, Charles risks sending a dangerous message. That royal privilege still protects those who least deserve it, that you can disgrace your title and still live within castle walls. It's not just about money or property, it's about morality, about the example set to a nation that still funds this institution. If Charles wants a monarchy for the modern age, this is his defining test. Not how he handles the Commonwealth, not how he engages the church, but how he handles public trust in the monarchy is fragile, perhaps more fragile than ever. Each new headline about Andrew's demands chips away at credibility. Each whisper of favoritism deepens the divide between privilege and the people. When the monarchy rewards entitlement instead of accountability, it becomes harder to defend its existence in a world that values transparency and justice. And the cruel irony. The home Andrew now wants once belonged to a couple, Harry and Meghan, who to separate themselves ethically. They repaid renovation costs. They stepped back without scandal. They built an independent life. Yet they were exiled for their choice. While Andrew, the face of disgrace, negotiates comfort, it's a story that speaks volumes. The British monarchy stands at a crossroads. Modernisation cannot happen without moral clarity. Prince Andrew's saga is no longer just about scandal. It's about what the crown represents. Is it an institution of accountability, or a sanctuary for privilege? History will judge not only Andrew's actions, but the choices made to accommodate them. For King Charles, this moment will define his reign. For Britain, it may define how long the monarchy can survive without reform. You've been listening to I'm your host, and as always, thank you for joining me as we seek the truth behind the crown.